Hi there, got a fun barbecue card for you, and I get asked for guy cards all the time, so I think this is the perfect one to fit the bill. We'll show you what we'll be using. A couple different sets. I've got the apron from our necessities. We're going to be using that as well as the little pot holder there. And the King of the Grill, and this is a barbecue set. We're going to be using a lot of the elements here too. All right, so I want to show you a fun background too. I've done this technique before, but in case you've missed it, it's called Bargello. And how you do this is you start just by cutting strips of card and putting them together onto another piece of card. Now, because it can get rather thick, because we're going to cross cut it, you can put it onto a piece of copy paper. So I just cut 3/4 inch strips, red and white, and started it like that. And then I cross cut these to give me little strips of little squares at 3/4 inch also. So now what I'm going to do is you can either use a sticky adhesive sheet or just a little bit of spray glue. And personally, I think the spray glue is a little more forgiving, so I'm just going to give a quick spray. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with one of these strips along the edge here. Just line it up, lay it down. There we go. And the next one, we're going to offset by 1. And just butt that right up next to the first one. And then we're going to go back up. So you'll have an empty area at the top. And just keep going along, alternating every other one, and just get it right up there tight. Give it a good push. There we go. So we're making a really cute little checkerboard pattern. Kind of almost gives you the look of like a picnic blanket or something. I thought that'd be quite fun with the barbecue items. There we go. Now if you want it to be this size, you can always cut off these little bits and put them up here, or you can trim it down, which is what I've done here. I've already got one put onto my background, so I'm going to use that to start with. I went ahead and cut the apron out of some craft card, and I've added just a little bit of black and white twine to be like the ties and the little hanger part. And then what I did was I cut the bottom part of this apron again, and I just trimmed it to raise that up. So I've added a little bit of mounting foam, and I'm going to create a pocket. Okay. There we go. So I'm going to place that right over the same spot on the die, and there's a little teeny pocket that comes with it too, so I've cut that, added a little bit of mounting foam, and I'm going to put that at the top here. So now you just have a really cute little apron. So we'll go ahead and put it onto the back of our card, and I'm going to put it just at a little bit of an angle. Get your baker's twine out of the way, and that looks pretty good, about like that. There we go. Okay, so now what I want to do is fill the pockets with some of the tools. So I've gone ahead and cut all the little pieces ahead of time. So I'm going to bring them in here, and we are going to embellish them as well. Okay, so I'm going to bring this over, a little bit of copy paper underneath me, and we're going to color in some of these using a silver paint pen and some distress markers. Bring all of these over. Okay, so I've got a Pin Touch silver paint pen. Give it a shake. And I'm going to bring this over and just coat over some of the utensils. There we go. And I want to do the top little handle part on the tongs. I'm going to do the bottom on the little fork. There we go. I'm going to do, in fact, let's turn it this way. I'm going to do this part here and the entire bottom part of this. This is called a griddle. There we go. And we have a spatula. And just the little skewer area here and here, and let me just get the top part of that. That would be the silver part. There we go. So I'm going to bring over some distress markers, and we'll do the handles in like a wood tone. So I've got walnut stain. Just bring that over. Add that in. Get the top of that. We'll have them all match. Top of the griddle. And, oh, get my little spatula turned over on me. There we go. And then the little shish kebab guy has some food bits on it, so we will just use some of our colors. I've got a little spun sugar here for these little shrimp. And we'll put a couple other different things here. Oh, that's more like maybe a little onion or something. And we'll use the red, make it look like peppers. There we go. Could use a green there too if you like. Totally your call. Okay, and the fire for the top of the barbecue, I'm going to bring in a little bit of distress ink for that, the Oxide's Fossilized Amber. So I'm just going to give it a yellow tint. The smoothie. And spiced marmalade. Get the tops. Let me just take this and just get a little bit of that fiery glow coming from the top. That'll work. Okay. Move those out of our way. We can do a bit of assembly now. So I want to add in my tools to the pockets. So I'll just use a little bit of glue. Just carefully tuck that underneath there. We can have that coming up. Find the other ones here. I've got the griddle. Put that right about like that. And the spatula. There we go. And I'm going to bring in the barbecue. I've done this out of black gloss card just because they always seem to have that kind of look to them. Put that on the corner here. There's the bottom. We can put the fire in there, and I'm just going to tuck it right under the edge. A little bit of glue there. Just give that a second. Actually, I tell you what, let's take that up and then put it on. I think that'll be easier. Give that just a second to set up. There we go. A little bit heavy on the glue, but that'll dry. Pop that there. The top of the barbecue, we'll just have that up, coming off the edge there like that. There we go. And I've got the little chef's hat there. I'm going to put that on and then put the sentiment kind of over the edge of it. Up in this corner. And I'll use a bit of spray glue on the back of the sentiment. It says King of the Grill. I love that. Put that right over the edge. We're going to add on our little pot holder here to the edge of the apron. There we go. And the shish kebab, I'll tell you what we could do with this. We will feed this right in just a little bit through the underneath the loop here. In the sentiment, there we go. And I've got a pair of tongs, and we'll put a little bit of glue on these. Just a tad on the top, and we'll hang that off the back of the barbecue here. There we go. Such a fun little card. And you can also use a couple little glue dots if you want to put your ties on there any way you want, but I think that's such a fun little card. So many different things you can do with this, so you can mix and match and have some fun backgrounds for that. I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and you'll look for us on our YouTube channel. We have so many more for you there.